come into this ball game with a record of 16 wins and 4 losses, and of course the Titans 21-1 and riding on that 20-game winning streak. All set for that opening jump ball. Terry Tyler against Jerome Whitehead. University of Detroit in the red uniforms trimmed in white and blue. The Marquette Warriors in the white uniforms with gold and blue trim. And the opening tip-off goes over to Detroit. Ron Bostic takes it. Working now with Boyd, the captain of the Titans. We'll see about every kind of defense in the world tonight, I think.
They're studying up. Marquette's studying up in a man-to-man. And there's a great shot by Bostic. Bostic is really a surprise of this basketball team since Kevin Cassetta injured himself here several weeks ago.
And Tyler called for the foul. For the first time in the ball game. This is Jim Bolden who's trying to drive. And Bolden, 6'2", 175-pounder. Here's a transfer out of Assumption College in the East. Right now averaging 6.6 per game for the season. He's appeared in all 20 games for the Warriors. Detroit leads 2-0. We're just underway. 19:27 to go in the first half. Bolden short with the first one. You know, we mentioned Ellis and Tyler, but a couple of young men that will have to do the jobs on the boards tonight for Detroit will be Bostic, and Whitehead will have to do it for the Warriors. So the first point goes on the board by Boyd. Detroit leads 2-1. This is Boyd bringing it up. Covered by Bolden. Boyd trying to find the opening, drives, and no good, and a foul called.
Good drive down the middle by Boyd. Marquette in there, man-to-man.
Number 23, Jim Boylan, his first.
Boylan picks up the foul. That's his first. And the Warriors' first foul. Boyd to put it in play. Way out to Terry Durod. Boyd over to Long. Long into Tyler. Trying to find the opening. Draws the foul. No, he's called for steps. He's traveling.
No basket.
So no basket. Detroit leads by a score of 2-1. Whitehead. This is Lee. Now to Bo Ellis. Ellis with the ball. To Boylan. Boylan is too strong with it. Rebounded Boyd. So far, the pace is a lot slower than what we saw in Detroit against Western Michigan.
That's right. Marquette still in there man-to-man. Detroit's playing a little bit more conservative than they've been playing. It's a great pass over to Durod.
Tyler with the rebound, has the ball knocked away in a fight with Bostic and Neary. Ball goes over to Detroit.
A strong rebound by Ronnie Bostic.
Only a 2-1 ball game with the Titans out in front with 18:27 to go. Here's Long, about 15 feet away. Taken off by Whitehead.
Another great rebound by Ronnie Bostic, offensive rebound. Looks like he's going to give us a lot of help here tonight.
The past few weeks, or I should say the past few games, Whitehead has been coming on as a real strong rebounder. Here's Boylan's shot. Rebounded by Boyd. Feeds Long. And Long is called for traveling.
No basket.
You have to eliminate those turnovers, though.
Both clubs a little bit on the on-edge side, making some mistakes here early in the ball game. I think both of them. Detroit, of course, knowing they're playing a very prestigious team in Marquette. Marquette trying to stay alive for the NCAA playoffs.
Right.
Whitehead, about 11 feet away, and Marquette goes out in front. First field goal for the Warriors. And they lead now 3-2. John Long, about 12 feet away. Can't do it. Whitehead off the rim and knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Detroit putting the ball in play. So much is said about the rebounders and about the scorers, but Boyd has really been a very fine factor for the University of Detroit.
He certainly has. He's the team quarterback. The later he sets the pattern on offense, he leads the fast break, or he comes down here and sets a deliberate offense. He's controlling the ball right now.
Team leader Boyd along with Terry Tyler. Here's Durod. Back to Boyd. trying to find that one-man opening. Bostic hemmed in, back out to Boyd. Decides to go for it, strong, and a foul is called under the basket.
Detroit foul, number 53, Ron Bostic.
Bostic picking up the foul, shoving the Warrior player, and the Warriors bring in 3-2. Marquette leads. So we've got 17-9 to go in the first half. Basket is by Bo Ellis. They're making a 5-2 game. There's Bo.
Marquette putting the press on a little bit, three-quarter pressure. Detroit still advancing the ball slowly.
Long shot from the top of the circle. Rebounded by Whitehead. So far, Whitehead has done the job of the boards at both ends.
Well, you said earlier, Ray, rebounding is going to be the key, and it certainly has been so far.
There's Ellis driving, lays it up, 7-2. For Ellis, he's picked up 4 points. Timeout called by the University of Detroit. And with that timeout on the court, the score, Marquette 7, University of Detroit 2. With the ball, 16:28 to go in the first half. The Titans trail 7-2. This is Boyd driving, trying to find some space, and does. Puts in 2. That's his first field goal.
Number 21,
7-4, Detroit trailing.
Detroit in their 1-3-1 zone right now.
Butch Lee. And Lee is short with it, rebounded by Tyler. Boyd in a one-on-one situation. Now Durod comes up as a trailer and scores.
That was their first fast break. They got the ball out quickly. Boyd took it down and hit the open man. Very good play.
Perfectly executed, 7-6. Titans trail. Bo Ellis. Now feeds Butch Lee. Tyler tried to break it up, or Boyd rather. Derry and Lee. Ellis setting the pick. Lee trying to give a shot. Whitehead misses. Here's it back to Lee, and he's good for 2. Butch Lee picks up his first 2 points.
That's one of the weak spots on the 1-3-1 on the baseline, and that's where Butch Lee hit that one from.
9-6 with Marquette out in front. Boyd trying to put it up and does. Good for 2. 4 points for Boyd.
Excellent penetration by Boyd.
Titans trail by 1. Put in a little pressure now on Marquette. Here's Lee. Gets around Boyd. Good for 2. Lee now with 4 points.
Going to the baseline again on that 1-3-1 zone.
11-8. Marquette out in front. Tyler back out to Durod. And the Dew misses. He's 0 for 2 up there in the field goal right now. Rebounded by Marquette.
Marquette's coming down very slowly now. As you know, they do change the tempo many times during the ball game.
Butch Lee back to Boylan. To Lee. In the corner is Neary. Ellis fouled up pretty well. The 1-3-1 defense that Vitale likes to use.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Bo Ellis working on Bostic. And a foul is called on Neary of Marquette. And we'll get our first substitution.
His first.
As Whitlow moves up and comes in for the Titans.
For Detroit,
Jeff Whitlow.
55.
Replacing Ronnie Bostic.
Replacing Bostic.
Also, Toronto Anderson will be coming in. He takes Terry Durod's part at a guard position. So Whitlow and Anderson into the lineup for the first time. Detroit down by a score of 11-8. We've got 14:04 to go in the first half.
This is one of Dick Vitale's earliest strategy moves and early substitutions. As we've said before, depth means a lot, and he's going to try and use a lot of men against Marquette's team.
Third turnover by the Titans, and the second one attributed to Long. Butch Lee. Boyd on a steal. Long feeding Boyd. Boyd driving against Lee, and it's good for 2.
Great steal. Great steal off the 1-3-1.
So Marquette leads by a score of 11-10. double teaming on Lee in the corner. Almost filled. There's Ellis. Turnaround. Good stop by Tyler.
They've gone to a 2-1-2 zone now, and really putting the pressure on Ellis in the middle.
Tyler charged with the foul that time. That's his second on Terry. Some substitutions now for Detroit. Wilbur Ross comes in, replaces John Long. Tyler comes out, and Bostic goes in.
Number 55, Gary.
Can't have Tyler out of there too long. He's certainly a leading factor in our basketball team. It's unfortunate he's got these 2 fouls, but I know Dick has got to save him.
Ellis trying to get something up there. Foul is called on U of D.
Looked like it could have been a little bit of a charge, but it's judgment of the officials and they're the boss out there.
Instead, they call it on Whitlow. That's his first personal foul, and that's the 4th foul against the Titans. So Ellis will get a couple of shots. A moment ago, we also had a substitution in there for Marquette, and that was Gary Rosenberger, number 55. He is a guard. He has replaced Butch Lee. This is Ellis at the free throw line. U of D trailing by a score of 11-10. Still 11-10. The Titans right now in their lineup, Whitlow and Ross, along with Boyd. So Bold gets 1 for 2, makes it 12-10, and Marquette applying a little pressure now on Detroit. Down to Toronto. Anderson, we can't find the handle.
They usually put the pressure on after successful free throws. You'll see that trap oftentimes.
So the Titans with their 4th turnover. There's Rosenberger on a 20-footer. It's good. And that was his strong suit. Outside shooting of Rosenberger.
He's a fine shooter.
14-10. Marquette leads. Toronto Anderson trying to drive in, and a foul is called on Rosenberger. That's his first. The basket is no good, although Vitale wants it to count. But the referee says no, the foul was committed before that shot. And so...
Marquette foul.
There again, there's a judgment call. It's very close. Could be called either way, but the 2 officials working this ball game are both Big Ten men and both very capable officials.
There's Al Maguire, wrapping up 13 seasons here at Marquette. John Long will put it in play for the Titans. That foul was called on Rosenberger. Now Durod back in the lineup, as is John Long. Long from the corner. He's going to be short with it. Rebounded by Neary. Rosenberger bringing it up. Titans trail 14-10. We've got 11:55 to go. Here's Bo Ellis trying to find daylight around Whitlow. Can't do it. And finally does, though. Looked like it was impossible to get the shot away, and he did. 16-10.
He shot that one in the crowd, too.
Ellis with 7 points, 3 field goals, and the foul shot. Turnover by the Titans. There's Boylan.
Throwing it down a little bit.
Back out to Ellis. Plenty of time. He's deadly with that one. 2 more for Ellis. 18-10, U of D. Foul is called on Whitehead.
Ronnie Bostic at the line. Took one of his pattern right-handed hook shots.
Bostic comes out of there now, and Terry Tyler goes in. They'll put it in play underneath the basket. There's Bernard Toome. He comes in, number 33. He replaces Whitehead at center. T-O-O-N-E. Tyler can't find the basket. He was there.
Great jump by Terry Tyler. Just laid it up there a little bit too hard.
Butch Lee has come back in the lineup now for Marquette. He replaces Boylan.
U of D in the 1-3-1 defense again. They've switched out of it a couple of times from a 1-3-1 to a 2-3, but now they're back pretty much in the 1-3-1. Great rebound by Tyler. Great rebound by Terry Tyler. That's why we need him in there.
UD trying to set something up, trying to slow it down a little bit. They trail by 8, 18-10. We've got 10:33 to go in the first half. Long driving underneath, and a foul is called on Bo Ellis. No. That's the first foul on Ellis.
Marquette foul, number 31, Bo Ellis. His first, the team's fifth.
5 team fouls against the Warriors. Ellis, as we mentioned, only his first personal foul. Boyd will put it in play. The pass is stolen by Rosenberger. It was intended for Durant.
Pattern Marquette steals. That's what you've got to eliminate.
6 turnovers committed by the Titans. There's Butch Lee. Gets around his man. And Detroit will get advantage of it being knocked out of bounds off the hands of Bill Neary. So far, it's been Marquette awfully tough on the board. You see maybe 1 Titan under there and 3 Warriors.
A lot of arms up there. But as you say, they are controlling the backboard right at the moment.
Whitlow back out to Long. Back to Boyd. Offensive foul.
Offensive foul on John Long, I believe.
Detroit foul, number 51.
Long shoving.
His first.
That's the first one on John, and the 5th team foul. A timeout has been called. With the timeout, the score reads Marquette 18, University of Detroit 10.
Far, I think, for the UV Detroit series in the tempo of the game. As we've said, Marquette is not a running ball club. They rather come down here and be a little patient. They come down very slow, such as they're doing now. With Detroit back in a 2-3 zone.
Rosenberger and Lee working at the guard positions for Marquette. Willis Payne has come in at one of the forward posts for Marquette. And Rosenberger, who is deadly from outside, hits again to make it 20-10 Marquette.
That was a long one.
What do you refer to that as a 15% shot, right?
That's about right. Now, there's some arms up in the air. We had more Detroit men on the boards that time.
That's right. For the first time that we've seen more U of D men up there. The basket was good.
45, Terry
Tyler picks up his first 2. That it wasn't easy coming for the first 2. Maybe he can get a broken loose there. 20-12 right now. Marquette leading 20-12. Rosenberger with the ball. This is 2. Payne, rather. Payne. Good block by Tyler. And a foul is called on Ulis Payne, who just came into the ball game. That is his first foul. A little shoving. 6 team fouls on the Warriors. Bostic will put it in play. Back out to Dennis Boyd. Marquette leads 20-12 with 8:52 to play. Durant trying to find some light against Rosenberger. A shot is up. It's good. And Terry has his first 2.
Terry Durant.
Fine shot at the top of the key. A good pick that time by Dennis Boyd, freeing Terry Durant.
Correct what I said about Durant.
2-1-2 zone. 2-1-2 zone now. They've switched it again.
Bo Ellis lays it up, and it was right there. Somebody's going to have to shut him off.
Well, that's what the 2-1-2 zone is supposed to do, but he beat the middle man that time.
22-14 Marquette. And we'll correct on Durant. He has 4 points rather than 2. That was Boyd under.
Basket for Dennis Boyd.
Boyd so far has been the offensive man for the Titans with 8 points here in the first half. Rosenberger and Lee working again in the back court for the Warriors. Back out to Rosenberger. He likes that 20-footer. First one he's missed. Tyler rebounds, feeds Boyd. 3-on-2. Back to Long. A long shot? No, he's called for traveling. Substitution for Marquette right now as Whitehead comes in. And he replaces Toon. Ross comes into the lineup for UAD and takes over for John Long.
Ross for Long for Detroit.
22-16, Marquette leading with 7:49 to go here in the first half.
It's a new wrinkle on the 2-1-2 zone. They are actually overguarding Butch Lee.
Bostic with the rebound, feeds Durod to Boyd. Dennis trying to get something set up. Here's Tyler working on Ellis. No good. Rebounded by Rosenberger. Again, that 2-1-2 zone defense working on him. They gave Marquette the man-to-man defense to look at it. Here's Lee. Good fake. He's short with it. Rebound by Payne. Feeds Rosenberger from the corner. It's there. Well,
Number 55.
Quite a shooter. Quite a shooter.
24-16 Marquette. Rosenberger with 6
Well, they got a
points.
new offensive wrinkle going here now. A 1-2-2 offense.
Durod hits.
With Durod coming from down below off the screen and shooting from the top of the key. That's the first time I think I've seen Dick use that offense this year, the 1-2-2 offense.
Feeding Whitehead all by himself. Boyd trying to guard Whitehead, and that's no match at all that time. 26-18 Marquette. This is Boyd.
Here they are back in the 1-2-2. Very tight offense.
Bostic. Bo Ellis.
For Marquette, Boylan replaces Rosenberger.
Rosenberger comes out of that lineup. Ross comes out for UD.
Replaces Ross.
John Long back in the ball game. He's had 3 or 4 of his favorite shots from the corner, but hasn't been able to hit one yet. But if he ever hits one, he's liable to hit 5 in a row.
There's Tyler working on Ellis for Whitehead. And the foul. What do you call that, a Bostic? No.
Marquette foul, number 21, Julius Payne. His second.
Payne picks up his second foul. That was a foolish foul because Whitehead was the man that was really doing the work, and Payne sticking his hands in there.
That's right. That's right.
So Bostic goes to the line for the bonus situation. UD trailing 26-18. 5:38 to go. First shot is good. Ron Bostic. A man out of Brooklyn, New York, 6'9". And he goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line.
He tries putting the pressure on. They're going into a 3-quarter zone press. 3-quarter zone press.
Finding Lee open. 12-footer is good. One of the few times tonight that Lee has found himself open. They've had Lee pretty well bottled up, but that time nobody was around.
Well, that's the problem with the zone press. If you get it over the top of that press, you've got a player advantage going on offense.
Durod shooting from the corner. Too strong with it. Tyler there for the rebound. 28-20. Here's Durod again. Gets his own rebound, drives underneath. And draws a foul, I believe, from Payne. It's Payne's third. Payne will come right out of there.
Good offensive rebound by Larry Durod. Took the shot. Went right after it himself.
Replaces Payne.
And he's not that big to be battling the backboard with those kids.
The ball was just coming back to him. He was getting a break on it. 6 feet away from the basket. Bill Neary has come in to replace Payne. Here's Durod's foul shot. It's good. That gives him 7 points for the evening. His first from the free throw line. Give him 8. 28-22. UD trails. We've got 4:59 to go in the first half. Lee and Boylan working at the guards now for Marquette. There's Lee. Back to Ellis. He's open. And he makes 2.
Detroit back in the 1-3-1. They only used that zone press one time. Now they've fallen back into the 1-3-1.
30-22. Marquette. Detroit turns it over again on a bad pass. This time, Ellis loses the ball. Long. Back to Durod. He's up and stuffs for 2.
Detroit basket, number 43, Terry
And Marquette has asked for a timeout. And with a timeout on the court, the score, Marquette 30, University of Detroit 24.
That's right. That's right. Of course, there's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure on the shot. Ronnie up high again for that rebound. He's had a very good first half on the board.
Bostic is feeding Boyd. Now Boyd trying to get something started. Boyd and Durod working in the guard positions for UD. Tyler at center. Long and Bostic at the forwards. UD trailing 30-24.
Marquette's now in a zone. Looks like a 1-2-2. 1-2-2 zone. They're laying back, too. Of course, they figure they've got the lead. They've got to, Detroit's got to make an advance to the basket.
Just trying to find that one man open if they can. So far, the Titans have to be patient. They haven't found that man.
Patient. Yet they are behind, so they've got to make the move to the basket pretty soon.
Okay, now Vitale has his men, I believe, going to go to that four-corner offense he likes to call the middle.
I don't think they'll do that now, Ray, when they're behind, particularly with Marquette in his own defense. Now they're making a move to the basket now. They're going to try and penetrate the zone. There's John over in the corner.
Long with a fake and lays it up. Good for two. Well, John has been called for traveling about 3 times so far tonight. That time he did not.
Right.
So the Titans have closed the gap to 4. They trail by 4 with 2:41 to go. Whitehead lays it up and in. 32-26 Marquette. Whitehead with 6 points. It's been Bo Ellis as the offensive man so far for Marquette this evening with 13.
Marquette still sitting in the 1-2-2 zone.
That's Boyd to Durod. Back to Boyd. Titans would like to see the Warriors come out.
That's what they're trying to get them to do. That's going to be difficult to do because Marquette's got the lead.
1:52 to go in the half, and Marquette leading 32-26. Sort of Boyd and Durod playing catch there till they find something they can open up. They haven't been able to. And they get now some reactions from the Marquette fans. Talking about fans, there's about 200 Detroit fans here tonight.
That's right, and you can hear them too. They're a very enthusiastic group.
The last arrivals were 46 students arriving on a bus from the university late this afternoon. We're down to 1:18 to go in the half, and U of D trailing 32-26. And again, you can hear maybe Dick Vitale just to our right yelling to his players, make him come out, make him come out, referring to the Warriors. He wants them to come out.
Obviously, he's satisfied to finish out the half here, even behind 4 points, and then possibly make some changes at halftime. But they are killing the clock. I don't think Marquette's going to come out and get him at all.
Down to 46 seconds.
They might try and run it down all the way and get the last shot and just go into the dressing room with a 2-point deficit.
Now we're down to almost 30 seconds. They've killed 2:17 here on the clock. UD trailing 32-26. Down to the last 20 seconds here in the first half, and you can hear the Marquette fans coming to life. Speaking of fans, a couple of fellas from Southfield, Kevin and Tim Costello, attending Marquette. Stop by our booth to say hello to their folks.
They'll make the move pretty soon now. Ronnie Bostic trying to get position down
to
deep.
6 seconds. Boyd trying to drive. The long shot is no good. Rebounded by Marquette, and that's all. Well, that's the end of the first half as the Titans, the University of Detroit, went for about 2:17 trying to get that one shot and could not get it from John Long. Bob Callahan and I will be right back, but that's the end of the first half with a score of Marquette 32, University of Detroit Titans 26. Dennis Boyd with 8, Durod with 10, Tyler along with 2 each, and Bostic with 4. Tyler going to Whitehead against Whitehead here to start the second half. The big gun for Marquette has been Bo Ellis with 13, and then Whitehead, Rosenberger, and Lee with 6, and Boylan with 1 on 1 free throw. Here we go, the second half, and UD is going to have to make those adjustments. Marquette gets control of the ball. Butch Lee feeding out now to Boylan. To Neary. Neary trying to find some room underneath to Ellis.
Player control foul. Number 42, Bill
Neary with an offensive foul. So Neary is charged with the foul. Getting the Milwaukee audio now. You saw the replay that time of the foul. That's Boyd making 2. 32-28. Boyd now with 10 points. Another foul. Warriors again called to the foul. And this time it was Boylan. That's his second foul. And here's that foul again. Let's watch Boylan. The live action, and Tyler stuffs one away, and UD has roared back to 30. Marquette bringing it up. Marquette calls timeout, and it's 32-30. Right now, let's have this commercial message. After 48 seconds into the second half, the Titans have roared back to close the gap to 2 points. They trail 32-30. The Titans bring it out with Bostic and Boyd.
They came back in a man-to-man, Detroit, the second half, but they've done very well with it so far.
Durod feeding long looking, shooting good, and it ties up the game at 32 all.
Well, that's his favorite shot.
So Long now with 4 points for the evening. He's equalized what he did in the first half. He was slow starting. 18:46 to go in this ball game now, and almost a steal by the Titans. Not quite. Butch Lee. And Butch sliding around, tied up there by Boyd. Durod with the ball, finds the handle. And UD on the attack. 32-32 with 18:32 to go in the ball game. Durod and Boyd operating. Long comes out to help. Now they go to that four-corner offense of theirs, trying to free the middle so they can get somebody up the middle to put it in.
Marquette started in a zone. Now they're coming out and going man-to-man.
Boyd back out to Durod, back to Boyd. Back out to Long. Trying to free up the middle. If they can get a shot to drive up there. Long drives against Whitehead. It's no good. Rebounded by Ellis.
That's what Detroit's looking to do, freeing open men on a one-on-one situation down the middle.
Durod trying to guard Lee. Ellis finds a little daylight, but the ball taken over by Bostic. Feeds Boyd up the middle. It's knocked away, and all of a sudden the Warriors have it. With Boylan driving, lays it up. It's good. Jim Boylan, young man from Mount Pleasant, New Jersey. Transfer, as we told you earlier, from Assumption College, has put Marquette back out in front now, 34-32. 17-17 to go in this ball game. Marquette ranked 6th. University of Detroit 15th if you're looking at certain polls. Al Maguire has said if he loses tonight, his Warriors will not go to the NCAA. Dick Vitale doesn't think so. Vitale's team, of course, working on the 20-game winning streak. Titans could not put it in. Rebounded by the Warriors.
Very good drive, but just couldn't put the ball in the basket. But they've been very successful at it, and Marquette's getting nervous.
Ellis, fall-away shot is good. 36-32. Marquette has come back to take a 4-point lead. Ellis offensively has been the difference in this game for Marquette. Traveling and palming the ball. Durod, and he turns it over to Marquette. There's a timeout on the court. The Titans calling for the timeout for the score. Marquette 36, UD 32. They hit the ball. Boylan feeding Lee, and a foul is called on Bostic. So Bostic
Foul on
picks up
Ronnie
a foul.
Bostic. Foul on Ronnie Bostic.
Number
2 fouls for
53,
Bostic.
Ron Bostic. His second. Detroit
The wall,
first.
Ronnie! Watch the wall!
And now Bostic and Tyler with 2 fouls each. There's Whitehead on a hook shot. Gets his own rebound. Good battle on the board, and the foul is gone. Foul is called on Bostic.
Another foul on Ronnie Bostic.
So he's picked up 2 quick ones here.
Certainly did.
16:24 to go in the ball game. Had one in the first half.
Number 53,
Bostic with 3 personal
his
fouls.
third.
McCormick, by the way, Willie McCormick, number 5, is coming to guard for UAD.
Move it! Move it! Never! Ronnie, the press!
Bostic has replaced Durod. There's Whitehead at the free throw line. First shot is good. 37-32. Marquette.
I think you'll see Detroit go back into their regular offense now with a 5-point deficit.
Bostic gets the rebound, and a foul called on Marquette. That was Neary called for the foul. 42, and there Neary picks up his third foul.
42, Bill Neary. His third. The team's third.
Although not in the game right now, one other fellow the Marquette team has picked up 3, and that's Payne, a forward. John Long on a 2-1 situation. The shot is good.
Detroit
There's his favorite shot again. He was missing those the first half, but he hit a couple of key ones the second half.
He took a quick look at Tyler, decided, well, I'll shoot myself.
That's
and
right.
Paid off. 37-34. UAD trails by 3. Here's Butch Lee trying to turn the corner. Good defense that time. That's McCormick working on him. Tied up and out of bounds off of McCormick's hands. Young Willie McCormick, a freshman, 6 feet, 180-pounder out of Detroit Northeastern High School. And they refer to him as Baby Clyde here with the Titans.
Had a lot of pressure on his man that time. He's doing a fine job out there.
Boylan guarded by Boyd. Lee. Lee trying to force the daylight. McCormick almost had that ball. Warrior fans looking for a foul. It wasn't called. Butch Ellis comes out with the ball. And a foul is called on McCormick. He got tied up there with Tyler. And McCormick was draped all over Bo Ellis.
That's right, but Detroit's doing a great job on defense. They're really harassing the man with the ball. They're going to commit some of those fouls, but they're doing a real good job on defense on harassing the man with the ball.
37-34. Marquette leads in this ball game. We got 15:28 to go in the ball game. Here's Ellis, guarded by Tyler. Over the top of Tyler, it's short. Rebounded by Whitehead. Over Bostic. Whitehead shot no good. A fight for the rebound. Tyler fighting it. Back out to Ellis. Ellis is blocked, and a foul is called. Basket, I do not believe will count. The foul is called on Tyler. It's not. There you see Dick Vitale. He already found out the basket does not count. However, Ellis will be going to the line for 2 shots, and the foul was on Terry Tyler. Terry's third foul.
Coach Vitale and Coach Maguire are both out there on the floor. But it was a tough call. From our vantage point, I really didn't get too much of a look at it, but I'm sure it was a good call.
Held Dick Vitale having a few words for the officials and also for his team. Bo Ellis at the line. He'll get 2 shots, makes the first one to make it 38-34. Take a look at Ellis. With a big man, a lot of coordination.
He certainly has. He looks thin out there, but he's a strong man.
39-34. He's 2 for 2 that time. And Warriors, Marquette applying the pressure to Long. There's Boyd. Back to Long. Looks for McCormick. Detroit trailing by 5. Tyler looks. No good. Rebounded by Ellis. That time it was a matter of timing on the boards. Tyler was up there, but he went up too soon.
A little bit too soon.
Boyd loses the ball to Boyd. They got a
steal on the part of
McCormick.
Boyd.
Over the head of Lee. No good. Rebounded by Marquette. It was Whitehead. Right now, in the last minute and a half, it's been Marquette handling the boards at both ends.
Yes, it has, but Detroit's defense has really improved this second half. They're really working at him, making it very tough for Marquette to get anywhere near the basket. Here's Bo Ellis working his way in.
No good. Rebounded by Bostic. Rolled around up there. He was covered by Tyler. McCormick to Boyd. 14-12 to go in the ball game. UD trying to keep that 20-game winning streak alive to make it 21. And right now they trail by 5. Foul is called.
Oh, no, it's walking. A walking foul on Ronnie Bostic.
On Bostic, call for traveling, and Whitlow, Jerry Whitlow comes in to take over for Bostic. Terry Durod comes back in at guard. He replaces McCormick. 39-34 as Marquette puts it in play.
Well, Detroit's still in their man-to-man. They've been very effective with it this half.
Lee working on Durod.
A lot of pressure, a lot of pressure.
Had a foul called on Terry Durod.
Coach Ellis gave him that double pump that time and drew that foul on the second fake.
We'll see Marquette bringing it down. We'll see what happens here on Butch Lee.
Gave him the double pump.
And Lee puts in the first one to make it 40-34. Lee with 7 points so far in the ball game. His first 2 points in the second half. 41-34. Here's Johnny Long. Swish for 2.
That's his favorite shot. That's his favorite shot.
Long has canned 6 points so far here in the second half. 8 for the ball game. UD trailing by 5, 41-36. Bo Ellis finds an opening. And a fight for the rebound to Detroit. Off the fingertips of Rosenberger. So UD will bring it in. Good hustle that time, Cal.
Certainly was, certainly was. Marquette's in a 1-3-1 zone, it looks like now.
Terry Durod, DeBoyd in the corner, got no place to go, trying to find a free man, and turns it over. The pass for John Long. Mistake stolen there by Neary. Here's Rosenberger.
A lot of pressure by Detroit on their man-to-man.
Ellis for 2. Cal, we watched Marquette in practice yesterday, and that's exactly what they were working on.
That's right, with Bo Ellis on that high post.
43-36, Warriors lead over UAD. We've got 12:43 to go in the ball game. Boyd underneath, drives in and draws a foul for Whitehead.
Marquette foul, number 54, Jerome Whitehead. His second.
Only the second foul on Whitehead. Fourth Marquette foul of the half.
It's amazing the change of defenses. Marquette spent the first half in man-to-man. Now they're playing mostly zone. And
put the ball in play. It's stolen by Lee. Drives over Durod. No foul call. Ball still in play. Lee gets his own rebound, and he was out of bounds. Well, things get a little bit rougher here in the second half.
Yes, it is.
Coming into this ball game, Marquette, one of the stingiest teams in the nation, allowing just a 58.3. While UAD, one of the highest scoring offensives in the nation, a little better than 91 points per game. Here's Long. He makes it. That gives John credit for 10 points now. 12:15 to go in the ball game, with UAD trailing by a score of 43-38. Foul on UAD.
I believe it's Boyd with the little hand.
Called on Dennis Boyd.
Dennis Boyd, his first.
That's first foul on Dennis.
16 fouls.
16 fouls on UFD, and we'll get McCormick coming back in at a guard position. He replaces Boyd.
Wilbert McCormick.
12:06 to go.
Detroit being very effective in their man-to-man. They've got Marquette somewhat rattled, I think.
Lee over McCormick. Fight for the rebound. Whistle, and Neary is called for the foul. Number 42. Pushing off that time.
Marquette foul. Bill Neary. His fourth. Marquette fifth.
Substitution for Detroit as Ron Bostic comes in. He'll take over for Whitlow.
Returns to the lineup.
So Bostic and McCormick will bring it up court for the Titans. Waiting for them down the forecourt is Long and Tyler along with Durod.
Detroit sitting in the 1-2-2 zone now. There's a nice shot by Terry Durod.
Durod hitting that time for 2.
Hung up there slow, took his time, and got a good look at the basket. basket, put it in.
Terry's first 2 points in the second half. Altogether, he has 12. UAD trails 43-40. We've got 11:36 to go in the ball game. Ellis working on Tyler. We got a foul under the basket. They're on John Long, I believe. Long and Whitehead going to it pretty well that time. No? Yeah, it was Long.
That one, Johnny Long, for blocking out. Official indicates that he put his hands on the man when he was blocking him out.
Okay, Long's second foul. And once again, you got a shot of Dick Vitale. He's not too happy with that call. With the action that was under the basket. 11:28 to go in the ball game. 43-40. Favor Marquette. Whitehead shot is good. Jerome Whitehead, a junior, 6'10", 215 pounds from Waukegan, Illinois. They said if he's had a problem on a basketball court, it's been coordination of his hands, meaning taking passes.
They're putting a little pressure on Marquette's using their trap defense now until they cross the 10-second line, and then they go into their regular 1-2-2 zone. John Long again.
Good. And Long.
He can do it.
Long has had the touch here in the second half. Again, UAD trailing by 3, 45-42, with just about 11 minutes to go in the ball game. McCormick, the freshman, guarding Lee, and Lee over his head that time. So far tonight, UAD has been able to bottle up Lee in pretty good fashion, but he might break loose, dangerous at any time.
And that was Wilbert McCormick.
Nice soft shot by McCormick.
Don't let him get the ball back.
So McCormick puts 2 on the board, his first 2 points of the night, and once again, UAD trails by 3. Rod's in the right place at the right time as UAD brings down the rebound. Rod, a 20-footer, is too strong. Long's underneath, lays it up good.
Unmolested. There was a real error on Marquette's point of not blocking out.
47-46. The Titans have closed it to 1. There's a timeout as Marquette calls for it with 10:18 to go in the ball game. Marquette 47, UAD 46.
Took place on that timeout.
Yeah,
Detroit is sitting back, going to pick up at half court. Still in the man-to-man situation. Ellis on the high post.
Bostic covering him. Here's Lee working on
McCormick's really doing a job on Bo Ellis. I mean on Butch Lee, excuse me.
Lee up and good. He had to work for it.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
had to work for it. He'll have to work for it.
Lee, a junior, working on that freshman of UAD, Willie McCormick. 49-46 with 9:47 to go. UAD trailing. Trying to keep that winning streak alive and trying to climb the ladder of the national rankings. Here's Johnny Long. Shot good! Oh, as he had a hot hand here in the second half as he's canned 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 points. To go with 2 that he had in the first half. So he's total of 16 points for Long. And UAD trailing by 1. Foul. Basket does not count. The foul is called on McCormick. No basket.
Foul, number 51, John Long. His third. Detroit's 8th team foul.
They called it on Long and not McCormick.
Butch Lee will shoot a bonus.
So on John Long, his third foul of the game, the second one he's picked up in a half. This is Butch Lee shooting. Makes it 50 rather, to 48. With Marquette out in front, 9:24 to go. So once again, Marquette leads by 3.
Marquette in a straight 2-3 zone now.
There's Tyler. Short with it. Bostic up and jams it and puts it in for 2. Good aggressive play that time by Bostic.
Great inside position. Got inside position. Was not blocked out. Went right up there and stuffed it back down in.
For Ron, it's his first 2 points of the second half. He has a total of 6. UAD trails by 1. Lee. Hands to Boylan. Boylan driving in, back out now to Ellis. Tyler fighting for the rebound and gets it. A good job by Bostic and Tyler. To Johnny Long. taken away by Lee. The pass intended for Boyd. 8:32 to go in the ball game. U of D down by 1. Ellis at that high post that time trying to drive in, and they
squeezed him from down below, though. But he got the pass. He tried to pass off to the corner man, but it went out of bounds.
Here's Tyler's shot that time. It didn't come through. That Bostic stuffed in. Well, while we're away for the replay, we got in a back action and a foul.
Detroit foul. Terry Durod.
Durod picks up the foul. And Whitehead will go to the line. So Durod picks up his second foul. Again, Detroit trailing by a score of 51-50. We got 8:23 to go in the ball game. This is Whitehead, the 6'9" center of Marquette. Lays it in.
Sure looks like this one's going to go down to the wire, Ray.
52-50.
Very aggressive game.
53-50.
Putting the pressure on again. Marquette putting the pressure on.
Bostic feeds Boyd.
Hasn't bothered Detroit much, though, that pressure.
Boyd shooting. He's short with it. Rebounded. Ball off to Ellis. And we're at the 8-minute mark. 8 minutes to go. 53-50 Marquette.
Ronnie Bostic guarding Bo Ellis now.
And we're going to jump ball. Bostic and Ellis. I don't think there was any movement by Ellis to get rid of that ball at all.
Right, within the 5 second count.
Give it to U of D. And Al Maguire, a little upset over there.
Yes, he is.
A break that time for the University of Detroit. Durod DeLong. Back to Durod. Dennis Boyd with the ball now. Durod in the corner. They're trying to free Long. He's had the hot hand, a 20-footer. Off the rim, rebounded by Whitehead of Marquette.
That was not his favorite position out in the court. He likes to shoot in the corner, but it was a good shot.
Woods Lee could not get over the top of Bostic, but Whitehead that time had trouble with Tyler. U of D with Durod.
Much better job on the backboards right now.
Off the hands of Bostic, taken by Whitehead of Marquette. That's a costly turnover for U of D. 6:53 to go in the ball game. Marquette 53, U of D 50. The shot is good by Boylan. Not a spectacular ball player, but Boylan a good steady ball player. He has 5 points for the evening.
Kicking the ball. Detroit out of bounds.
Titans trail by 5. 55-50. Boyd feeding Long and a foul under the basket. And the foul goes to Whitehead. So the timeout has been called. We'll come back and have some free throws. But before we do, with that timeout, the score reads Marquette 55, U of D 50. By this ball game, both important. A game very important to both clubs. Johnny Long right now at the free throw line sinks the first one, 55-51. U of D trails by 4. He can make it only a 3-point gap if he can sink this one. 6:28 to go. It's good. Cal, he's got the touch in the second half.
He certainly has. Now Detroit's putting the pressure on him. On the 2-1-2. That bothered Marquette. Believe me, it bothered him.
Boylan working on Durod, trying to find an opening. Now they bring it back out. Marquette leads by 3, 55-52, with 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Butch Lee driving, and a foul is called on Dennis Boyd. A little hacking as Lee went up. So Boyd collects his second foul of the evening.
His second.
Marquette went into their roll offense there momentarily, where they keep sending man after man down the middle.
Will shoot a bonus.
Why, and what is the purpose for that kind of an offense?
To try and get the defense to make a mistake. Somebody gets careless, the first man goes through, the second man goes through, or maybe the third man thinks they're just trying to kill time, and he brushes his man past the high post, and he's right inside there for the layup. Now, Butch Lee got in that time, but somebody else picked him up down deep and fouled him.
Exactly what you were talking about as they keep rotating there. That time was a foul on it, though. But he was free for a moment. Back to the live action. 57-52. Marquette leads by 5. 5:46 to go in the ball game. Almost stolen. Here's Durod pumping from 20 feet out. Swish two. 57-54. Again, UAD trails by 3. With 5:30 to go in the ball game. A full house here at the Milwaukee Arena. A little better than 10,249. Now Marquette asking for
Detroit's coming out of the zone and going man-to-man.
Too special! Too special!
They're not going to be satisfied to sit back, I don't think, at this stage of the game.
5 minutes to go in the ball game. Right now, Marquette just playing slow, deliberate style, trying to force the U of D to come out.
The man goes in underneath.
Ellis way out. That's Ellis just holding the ball. Now decides to put it in a little movement around it. Boylan. Over to Neary.
Now Marquette's waiting to break that man free down the middle, but Detroit's doing a good job of helping each other out. They're really helping each other out excellent.
We're down to 4:20 to go in the ball game. 57-54. They found the man loose, and it was Lee.
He beat him that time on the baseline.
Lee with 12 points. And timeout called by UAD. Right now, with 4 minutes to go in the ball game, the Titans are going to have to get red hot. They trail right now 59-54. And what do you look for Vitale to do now with the last 4 minutes, Cal?
Well, the strategy is really going to go to work now. I don't think either team is going to particularly try and hold the ball up. Detroit's got to make their move to the basket. Marquette is still sitting in that zone, but I certainly think they got to go to Long in the corner, and Durod, they've got the hot hand right now and can penetrate that zone from the weak side. On the other end of the court, Detroit couldn't do anything better, really, than what they're doing now as far as defense is concerned. They're playing man-to-man. They're playing Butch League very tough. If Bo Ellis goes on the outside, they leave him go because they know he cannot hurt them from that far out where he's going.
And we got a look at Mr. Maguire doing his strategy right now.
Well, there's a lot of strategy going on in both huddles.
So Vitale and UAD's, and now Al Maguire. Gentleman to his right, standing behind him, is Hank Raymonds, who will take over Maguire's spot as the athletic director and the head basketball coach here at Marquette.
Yes, he's been the assistant athletic director and assistant basketball coach here for 13 years, a very knowledgeable man, and I'm sure he's going to do a good job for Marquette.
While we're talking about Marquette, we would like to thank Kevin Birds, the sports information director, for his assistance, and of course U of D's fine SID, Dave Seifert, and his staff for helping us out. A couple of fine young gentlemen who do a good job for their respective universities.
Right.
Okay, here we go, Cal. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. U of D trails 59-54.
Marquette still in the zone, 1-2-2. Dennis Boyd driving the baseline.
Back to Durod. To Long. And Long is tapped on the arm by Bo Ellis.
Marquette foul.
So that's only the second foul against Ellis. He is not in serious foul trouble.
Marquette
With 3:46 to go in the ball game.
Long will shoot a bonus.
And they're on the 1-and-1 now.
Seventh foul on Marquette. 9:54.
Well, John, let's got to keep that hot hand going here. There's one of them.
Yeah, he's 3 for 3 so far in the second half from the free throw line.
Come on, John. Come on, Dennis. Come on, Terry. Be tough. Reach for that ball. Go fast.
That's been good. That gives him 20 points for the evening. And 18 of those here in the second half.
1-3-1. 1-3-1. Zone press by Detroit. But now they've got it over. Now they're putting a trap on.
Ellis by himself working on Bostic, and it's good. 61-56 with 3:26 to go. Marquette leading. So we're getting down to the last couple of minutes here. With UD trailing by 5.
Come on, Terry.
And if you look back in the record books, here's Durod. It's good. Sweet Dew hitting for a pair.
Terry Durod.
61-58 with 3:05 to go.
The 1-3-1. The 1-3-1 zone press.
Out of bounds.
The last time the University of Detroit won here against Marquette in Milwaukee was the first year that Al Maguire coached.
That's right, 1965. Marquette's taking an awful lot of chances on those long passes. They've gotten away with 2 of them, but
Bostic picks up his 4th foul. He'll come out of there. Jeff Whitlow will go in to replace him.
Whitehead will shoot a bonus.
Get the shooter.
At the forward post, and Whitehead goes to the free throw line. We've got exactly 3 minutes to go in the ball game, and exactly 3 points separate Marquette and UAD. UAD on a short end. Here's Whitehead at the free throw line. 61-58 the score. He's good with the first one in a bonus situation. One more coming up.
Get the shooter.
Make it 63-58.
Detroit bringing it up fast. Bringing it up fast.
There's the play that the foul was committed on. Here's Tyler trying to get to that basket. Whitlow,
Great
and a rebound, good.
Great rebound by Jeff Whitlow. Had the inside position.
Whitlow the other night against Western Michigan came early in that ball game and did a good job of rebounding them points when Bostic got into early foul trouble. Might just do it here again. 2:33 to go in the ball game. Marquette leads 63-60. Marquette being very deliberate wants the Titans to come out. Bo Ellis again with it. Finds Whitehead. He can't hang on to it. UD's ball. Boyd. Firing about 12 feet away. It's good. Exactly what they were talking about, that Whitehead has problems with the ball being bounced low below the knees, and that time he didn't hang on to it.
That's right.
So the score with 1:55 to go in the ball game, Marquette 63, UD 62. Again, the Warriors taking plenty of time. This is Bolin feeding Lee. Trying to get the Titans out to Whitehead. He just elects not to shoot. Back out to Neary. We're down to 1:39 on the clock with the UD Titans trailing by 1, 63-62.
I don't think they're going to be able to do it, Ray. I don't think they're going to be able to hold it for a minute and 27 seconds. Very unusual for a team to hold the ball that long.
Right now, they look like they want to do it, and the Titans are going to have to come out. 1:18 to go in the ball game. Marquette leads by 1, 63-62. Make it 1:13 left in the ball game. Boylan to Neary. Way over to Lee. To Lee again. Exactly 1 minute left in the ball game. 63-62. Titans need something in a hurry. And the fans coming to life.
Detroit's got to come out and get them. They've got to come out and get them real
Al
quick.
Maguire, Dick Vitale. As you saw on your screen, 40 seconds to go. Titans get the ball. Terry Tyler. The boy. Down to 30 seconds of the ball game. Titans down by 1. 63-62, 27 seconds. Boyd and Long. Gonna gamble on that one shot with 1 point.
And Marquette's going to let them do it, too.
15 seconds. Down to 12 seconds. UAD trails by 1, 63-62. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Boyd shooting. Up. Good! That's all there is! UAD wins! 64-63. And we took the shot with 2 seconds on the clock, and that was it. It's all over. It's all over at Milwaukee Arena as Dennis Boyd has to be the hero of the University of Detroit as he took the shot with only 2 seconds left on the clock. UAD started off with 33 seconds left on the clock. They worked it down, and finally Boyd, about 15 feet out, took the shot with 2 seconds remaining on the clock as they went through the twine for the winning basket. 64-63, 1 second remaining on the clock, and Marquette did not have time to put it in play. You see a very, very happy group of Titans. Now you see Dick Vitale checking at the scorer's table, and I think Dick also probably wants to be on TV before the night's out, too, with plenty of time.
Gentlemen, here are tonight's final scoring statistics.
A thrilling ball game. I think the Titans had got a tie score in the second half. That was it. They trailed the entire second half, except for one occasion, and then come roaring back. 32-32 early in the ball game. Then it was 47-46 as the Titans trailed, and then it was 63-62 at 1:55 to go in the ball game, and the Titans pull it out thanks to that thrilling last-moment shot by Dennis Boyd to win it by a score of 64-63. The Titans now have won 21 straight. That's the longest winning streak, of course, in Titan history, bettering their mark as they came into the game tonight. And now their overall record for the year, 22 wins and 1 loss. The only loss they've had so far against the University of Minnesota, the second game of the season. And, of course, Marquette, earlier this year, had lost also to Minnesota.
You ready? You got this. Ready? Just keep it on.
As for the University of Detroit, after this ball game, they'll be getting their action going again to try to make it 22 in a row. Dick Vitale, a very, very happy man as he's trying to get over the camera, and we're trying to get our Bob Callahan there to talk with him. Now some replay. Here's the winning shot, and there it is. Boyd just outside that free throw line. And, of course, that's the end of the ball game with the score reading. University of Detroit 64, Marquette Warriors 63. We'll be right back. In Milwaukee, Coach, you remember that one, and Coach, you'll savor this one the rest of your life.
Oh, Ray, it reminds me, it just needs so much luck. I got a beautiful man on my left, too. I want to just say this. He's been super to me while I've been at the university. Some people might think we disagreed on a lot of things, but if, I tell you, if I had a son, I'd want him to be with Bob Callahan. I want to really mean that from the bottom of my heart, because there are people that have a feeling that maybe we had a conflict, and no conflict. He's a beautiful Irishman, even though I don't like Irish people.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, a great win for the kids.
Let's talk about this game.
Ray, I don't know what to say. Did we win it?
You sure did. 64-63, thanks to a fellow by the name of Boyd with that last shot. A great team effort. The last timeout, what was discussed in there? Cal was trying to second-guess you to find out what your strategy might be.
Well, our strategy, what scared me, I didn't call a timeout at the end when we got possession of the ball because we only had 1 timeout left. We went to what we call our middle penetration game, and Dennis hit the jumper. But during the timeout, we went to what we call our half-court trap defense. I don't know, Ray, if the fans or yourself picked up what we did at halftime, but what we did was we played man-to-man on their 2 guards because they were hurting us tremendously, and we played a triangle inside a zone with 3 people, Tyler, Bostic, and Long, and we zoned, and they were confused for a moment in terminology in that they were using their man offense, and their man offense was forcing them, making some turnovers. I want to say this, too. The reason I went to the delay at halftime, Al asked me when I came out, he says, Dick, he said, I thought it was kind of smart strategy. He said, what was the reason? I said, I'll tell you, my reason was this. Terry Tyler had 2 fouls, and I did not want Terry to get the 3rd by half. I felt if we could go in at 6 down or 4 down, we had a shot to win, and that was my whole reasoning.
Yeah, that's about right. We figured that one out right at halftime, but really, I think this is a great win. I think one of the greatest wins in the history of the school. We've had a lot of good wins, but this rate, when you beat a team like Marquette over here, it's got to be one of the great wins, particularly with the pressure of a 20-game winning streak. And I'm certainly proud of you and your basketball team.
Well, Cal, I want to just say that, I wouldn't be a major college coach today if it wasn't for Bob Callahan. You gave me that chance, and I'm indebted to you for life for doing that. But you know how tough this profession is. You have your ups and downs. Right now, we're in an up period. I want to say thank you to all the fans that have been so beautiful and to all the media that's finally getting behind us. And thank you to Channel 2. And I feel like crying, Ray. I'm just choked. To my mom, dad are sitting watching TV, and my wife, Lorraine, Terry, and Sherry, I love you all, and I just can't believe it. It's like a dream.
I don't want you to go away because I want to find out what you said to John Long at the end of the first half. He had only 2 points on the board. He comes back and pours it in the second half.
I talked to John. I said, John, you're too good of a shooter to be forcing and to be letting them intimidate you. You're too outside. I want you to continue to shoot the ball. A kid with John's shooting abilities got to shoot the basketball. They did such a job defensively trying to sag on Tyler that they left our perimeter game open, and John and Terry had to take advantage. And there's another kid that deserves a lot of credit here tonight. Wilbert McCormick did a super job when he came in the game for a freshman. He was just brilliant. And Dennis, I can't say enough about him, and I just so proud of the kids, Ray. It's a typical coaching cliche, but anytime you win 21 in a row, baby, I don't know, and you beat Marquette, I just can't believe it.
Tom McCormick did an outstanding job on defense on Butch Lee.
Yes, he did.
He kept the ball away from him a number of times.
Yes,
even when he got the ball, Butch Lee lost his poise a few times, and I think it's due to the defensive maneuver that McCormick was putting on him.
I want to say this, too, that to the Marquette people here and to Al Maguire, I'll tell you the truth. I talked to Al before the game. He's my kind of people. He's a beautiful guy. And at Hank Raymond's, I spoke at their banquet today, 300 people. They said they guaranteed they were going to beat us. So I said to them, well, if that's so sure, give us the check now, the guarantee, and we'll go home right now. But I'll tell you, we shocked them. We're taking a victory a lot more to me than that $1,500.
Well, I'll tell you, you weren't so sure. I saw you at the hotel before game time, and you said, man, I'm nervous.
I'll tell you, Ray, I saw some studs in the hotel I would have liked to brought back here. Rick Barry was in the hotel, Keith Wicks, the Golden State Warriors. But I'll tell you this, it just was a beautiful, beautiful win. Denny, come on in here, big fella.
Come on,
Love you, Denny. Love you. How's it feel, man?
Cal, I think you fell that shot, didn't you?
Dennis, we called it from the bench. We didn't know who was going to take it. I don't think you really had anybody assigned to take that shot, but whoever had the ball in that last 3 or 4 seconds.
Cal, it's our middle game that we go to call with middle penetration, and the first guy open, if they don't play Dennis, he kicks it out to the wings. Take the show, Dennis. Don't let me steal a spotlight. Let me hear you talk.
Well, you never took a better shot in your life, have you, Dennis?
Well,
Arizona
game.
That's right, too. That's right.
Well, the thing was, I kept passing the ball back and forth.
He's so nervous right now. Look at him. Shaking, Dennis.
I'm telling you, last second I looked at the clock. It was 5 seconds. I decided, I seen a gap into the zone, and I shot it.
I think it was a great team effort. You fellows were very unselfish passing the ball here tonight. I think all of you should be very proud of this victory.
Cal, I want to say this. My wife is from Roosevelt High School, and she helped to recruit Dennis Boyd. She's the first one to bring him here. And to you, Lorraine, you're the unsung hero for recruiting Dennis from your high school. He's been beautiful. He's put a lot of money in my pocket tonight, Cal. This means a lot of speaking engagement.
A lot of people on the internet are very proud of the victory by the U of D, and certainly very proud of you, Dennis, and I'm sure you're going to be very happy about this one.
Cal, I want to just say one other thing. I would like nothing better than to see the Detroit Pistons, I've said this time and time again, win the World Championship, create basketball excitement in the city. The University of Michigan win the Big Ten Championship. They go to the NCAA. We go to the NCAA. And maybe that dream match happens where the U of D and the U of M hook up in an unbelievable battle, because I'll tell you something, it would be great for basketball in our area, and they got a great, great team, Michigan, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'd like to see them win the Big Ten.
Well, that's a very definite possibility. I know.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get there, but they're going to be there.
Well, I think pretty sure you're going to be there, too.
It's a long way to go, Cal. We got to worry about Duquesne right now.
Cal, earlier tonight before this ball game, Dick was standing right there, and he says, I can't even get in the locker room. These guys right now, 45 minutes before the game, they don't need me to give them a pep talk.
Ray, they didn't need any motivation today, but I want to say this. I got a beautiful letter from Mr. Joe Burkowski, and it touched me deeply. I read it to the team. Joe Burkowski's our registrar, and his son Tommy was a super follower of Titan basketball, and his son passed away, was killed in an automobile crash, and he wrote me a note, and it shocked me. I got it today. He says, Dick, Tommy loved the Titans, and he would do anything to be with you today, and I'd love to go back and tell Tommy that you won this one for Tommy. And I read that to the team, and I said, hey, I remember how this kid followed us all over. I said, all I want from you tonight is, I don't know if we're going to win it or not, but just give 110%, because I know somebody that would have loved to see his son here cheering for us tonight. And to Joe, I want to just tell you, these kids went out and got this one for your son, Tommy.
Okay, Dick, thank you very, very much for your statements. Thanks again, Coach. I know you want to talk to your players. Dennis, congratulations on a fine game and, of course, a winning shot.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Ray. Thanks a lot, Coach.
So that's what's been happening here at Milwaukee Arena, where the University of Detroit Titans edge out Marquette Warriors by a score of 64-63. And without saying it, I know the folks at home in Detroit can hear we've got quite a few U of D loyal Titans behind us here.
We certainly have. It's quite an enthusiastic bunch right around us here, and they're really a bunch of happy kids and a bunch of happy people. We had quite a few people, kids come down from school, and I know it's going to be a long bus ride home, but it's going to be a happy bus ride home for all of them.
I'll tell you, here's a happy man right here, and this is Dick Vitale's fine assistant coach, David Gaines. And David, congratulations, and you knew you had it all away, didn't you? Stay in here, Cal.
We won by 1, Ray. You said 9 last night. We won by 1, but just like 9.
One's as good as 19.
One's as good as 20, right.
All right, we've heard Dick talk about what he thought the turning point and some of the turning points in the ball game. Dick is a very emotional man. You are a different style man, a lower keyed. You see it a little bit of a different way. How did you see at least the second half of this ball game, David?
Well, like Dick talked about in the locker room at halftime, if we can just stay up with 3, 4, 5 points behind, we had a chance to win. We had a really good scouting report on them when they played DePaul. We made a few calls, and they said we can stay within 3, 4 points with them. We had a chance.
You did all the way.
I can't say enough for Dennis. You know, the 3 games this year he won like that, and they're big games for us.
Of course, you're the man that always helps John Long in practice on that shooting touch, right? He had a great second half.
Well, I didn't know what happened the first half, tell you the truth. John was a little down in the locker room, and Coach told him, hold your head up, you know, we still got another half to go, and he came out like he wanted the second half.
Actually, he had better shots, I thought, the first half, at least the first 5 minutes. He was more unmolested there along the baseline. Maybe he likes a little pressure, likes a little hand in his face before he can make that shot.
Well, this game reminded me of the Eastern Michigan game. We played very poorly the first half of Eastern Michigan, and John came back the second half the same way he did at Eastern Michigan. And, you know, what can I say? John's a great shooter.
Is there a danger now with 4 games remaining on your schedule for a letdown?
Right now, we're concerned with Duquesne. We played Duquesne Saturday, and it's not 4, it's 1. We're concerned with Duquesne right now.
David, I know you got a lot of recruiting to do, too, for this ball club before you start again next year.
Well, I better, because John Long and Terry Dollars will be leaving next year, you know, and this is going to be a vital part this year in recruiting. You know, we got to bring in a couple blue chippers this year.
Okay, Dave Gaines, thank you very much, and good luck in the next outing.
Thank you for having me, Ray and Cal.
Okay, Bob Callahan and Ray Lane will be back with another special guest right after this important message. Terry Tyler. Terry, you kept your point production down a little bit tonight, but what a victory.
Yes, I'm glad we won. It's a big win for us.
Cal, you made some observations on Terry early in the ball game, and he scared us a little bit.